Welcome to the Now. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Mica Burton.
Holy expanded movie universe shitstorm, Batman. The hits just keep on coming for Warner Brothers and DC. I'm sorry. I want there to be good DC news. There just isn't really.
Ever.
New rumors are surfacing that Ben Affleck is not only out as a solo Batman film's director, which we already knew, but that Affleck actually wants out of the movie and the role of Batman altogether.
That's not a good sign.
Nope.
That's not a good sign at all. This comes right on the heels of the news that the Planet of the Apes Matt Reeves is all but confirmed as the director of the Batman, which could be a problem if he doesn't have, anybody to direct.
Yeah, well, let's back it up just a little bit and talk about where these rumors are coming from. They were first repeated on Collider Movie Talk by Collider executive producer John Campea. And according to him, he's heard from multiple sources connected to Warner Brothers that Ben Affleck doesn't want to be Batman or the Batman any longer.
So there are some grains of salt that should be applied to this season's rumor to taste. Like, that salt dude, that really dramatic one? That's a meme now. Since we're talking about unnamed sources. However, it should be noted that Collider isn't just some back alley movie rumor site. They've broken a number of stories and have close ties to the industry. For instance, they were the ones who broke the official confirmation of Logan's R rating with a statement from the producer.
Yeah. So Collider does have access to sources inside the film business. However, Campea also goes out of his way to specify that this is not a scoop, and sources aren't always right. Still, pretty damn interesting considering it came from 3 separate individuals, and we've already seen Affleck's interest waning since he doesn't want to direct it anymore.
So here's the actual quote, now that the caveats are out of the way. Campea said, "I've talked to 3 separate people, both in one way or another connected in some way to what's going on at Warner Brothers. What all 3 have told me was that nothing about whether the script was thrown out or whether they liked the script. Nothing about whether the script was thrown out or whether they liked the script. Nothing about this direction Matt Reeves is taking it. None of that. But one of the things that has come out of the conversation with all 3 is this. They're telling me that Ben Affleck, make no mistake, he does want out. He doesn't want to be Batman anymore, is what I was told."
He went on to say, "I have been told that Affleck is talking with Warner Brothers in an attempt to get out of being Batman, and that if they do not let him out of being Batman, the standalone Batman film that ultimately happens will be the last time we see Affleck as Batman." Maybe think about that kind of thing before you sign up for a cinematic universe.
Maybe. I mean, we already coined the term Batfleck. You can't back out on that now.
Right? What are we gonna do? Go back to Batnips? I don't think so.
So, it sounds like Affleck just isn't having second thoughts about his long-term future playing Batman in Warner Brothers DC-verse. He's having second thoughts about the short-term future, like, the movie that's already slated, and doesn't even want to stay on long enough to complete that solo Batman film.
Right, but if he does stay on long enough to finish the production, he might be out completely for anything following it, which would include Justice League Part 2. Although, if Warner Brothers hasn't tied Affleck up for that one contractually, that would be pretty big oversight on their part. Now, we don't know exactly how many movies Affleck has signed on for already, but some rumors said that Warner Brothers wanted him playing Batman for as long as 10 years.
Wow, that's a lot of Batman.
He's got like 1 year.
So naturally, if this is true, losing Affleck, or Batfleck, from the universe would be a huge deal for Warner Brothers, who've done all they can to make Affleck a fixture of the process. After the poor critical response to Batman v Superman, the studio made Affleck a producer on Justice League, giving Affleck more control of the film due to how humiliated he was about Batman v Superman reviews.
Also, the memes going around with "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Yeah, and so some of that control extended to the current standalone movie that's in pre-production, which is The Batman. We don't know a whole lot about what's going on behind the scenes, but Affleck has been waffling publicly for months now about whether or not he would direct the movie himself.
For a while, he said he would, but then earlier this year, he started indicating that it might not be the case. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said, "It's not a set thing and there's no script. If it doesn't come together in a way I think is really great, so I'm not gonna do it."
Translation, if it sucks, I'm not directing it.
Interesting. It seems like it must suck because he's not directing it.
Right.
Just made things a little weird when Affleck confirmed, just a few weeks later that he's not directing it.
Makes you wonder what's going on there.
A plus B equals it sucks.
At the time, he said, "Performing this role demands focus, passion, and the very best performance I can give. It has become clear that I cannot do both jobs to the level they require. Together with the studio, I have decided to find a partner in a director who will collaborate with me on this massive film."
All right. He went on to say, I am still in this. We are making it, but we are currently looking for a director. I remain extremely committed to this project.
Just this one.
Just this one. And look forward to bringing this life for fans around the world.
So,
Whoa.
all that is kind of at odds with these rumors that Affleck now wants out of the project. He's still very committed. He's very committed to this project. Although given all the waffling he's done, honestly, in front of everybody about being even in the director's seat, it's not unthinkable. Clearly, he decided that it wasn't worth directing.
And now apparently he's deciding it's not worth acting. The director who took on that director's seat is reportedly Matt Reeves, the director of the Planet of the Apes reboots, who has by all accounts said yes, but hasn't signed on the dotted line yet.
Right, whether or not Reeves will be able to keep that seat, well, that's the big question. That's because The Batman is hardly the first DC movie to have its share of director drama. Both Wonder Woman and The Flash have had a total of 5 directors between the two of them.
What? Mm-hmm. That's so many!
They keep losing them.
My goodness! And that's not mentioning all the other woes that have visited the rest of the DC cinematic universe, the many woes. First, there were the horrendous reviews of last year's highly anticipated Batman v Superman.
And I know some of you guys liked the movie, aside
sweeties.
from the reviews. I know that you did, and that's good. It's good to like the stuff that you want, but you can't deny that the critical reception was not good.
Womp womp. And that was then followed up by even more horrendous reviews of the villain-centric Suicide Squad, which deserves a whole other womp womp.
No, it's won an Academy Award. And following that film's release, tons of information leaked about just how troubled the production was, with rumors of reshoots, conflicting edits done by the director and the production company who made the trailer, cutscenes, Jared Leto being upset about the final product, feeling like he was tricked into doing the whole thing, and really it never seems to stop with that one.
Jared Leto is just a huge issue when it comes to that movie. Just calm down. Just sit down, bro.
Yeah, and now the executive producer could be in the White House.
Oh man, Suicide Squad's just the gift that keeps on giving. Yeehaw. And things have gotten so bad recently that even Lawrence Fishburne, Perry White himself, said that Warner hasn't been doing a bang-up job with the DC characters. Preach to the choir, Fish. Speaking to the LA Times this week, Fishburne said of Batman v Superman, "We've been waiting 35 years for these characters to show up on the screen. What were they doing over there? Marvel has been kicking their ass."
So, yeah, things definitely seem to be piling up against the two companies and their intentions moving forward with the DC universe. Now, hopefully these rumors are just that. It is also possible that Affleck is just floating these things around as a kind of a negotiating tactic to get more money or some other form of creative control in the process. A lot of his comments about directing the movie also seems to be a form of positioning as well, rather than, I don't know, necessarily like just letting it all out there.
At this point, there's almost nothing about these movies that would surprise us anymore. So, what do you guys think about the rumor that Affleck wants out of the Batman role? Do you blame him? Let us know in the comments.
And for future updates on the continuing grease fire of the DC movie universe and whether or not it can turn things around, I still have hope for Wonder Woman. Like this video and subscribe to the Now.
Oh, sweetie.
But I like it. I want it to be good.
See, you having hope for Wonder Woman is like me having hope for Kingdom Hearts 3. Does that put it in perspective?
Someday?
Ha! See, she's a believer too.
Well, it's that kind of day.
It's Valentine's Day.
What's
we got
up?
a match.
Okay.
Yay.